Good morning. Let's start with chapter 10, visualizing solid shapes. Our next exercise, that is exercise 10.3. Exercise 10.2, that is mapping, is not there in syllabus this year. This is the mapping portion is the deleted part for academic year 2020-21. So we have to skip and we are doing exercise 10.3. Now question number 1 of exercise 10.3. Can a polyhedron have for its faces 4 triangles and a square and 4 triangles? Means you have to say that a polyhedron can be made using 3 triangles. Yes or no? Can a polyhedron make using 4 triangles? Can a polyhedron be drawn made using square and 4 triangles? So for solution, for 3 triangles a polyhedron is not possible. So we will write no, a polyhedron with 3 triangles is not possible. For number 2, that is 4 triangles, yes, a polygon with 4 triangles is possible, as one triangle we can place as a base and remaining 3 triangles on the 3 side of the base triangles, and we can make a polyhedron. Number 3, a square and 4 triangles. Yes, a polyhedron with a square and 4 triangles is possible, because again you can take the square as a base. When we keep square in the bottom part, you will get 4 sides, and on that 4 sides you can place 4 triangles and we can make a polyhedron. Next question number 2. Is it possible to have a polyhedron with any given numbers of faces? Now it is asked that can we draw a polyhedron with any given number of faces? So solution, yes, it can be possible only if the number of faces is 4 or more than 4. Means if there are less than 4 number of faces, we cannot draw a polyhedron, or a polyhedron is not possible. Yes, but if number of faces are 4 more than 4, we can make any polyhedron. So polyhedron with number of faces 4 or more than 4 is only possible. Next question number 3. Which are prism among the following? Now you can see 4 different figures are given. That is, a nail is given, unsharpened pencil is given, prism having square base is given, and a cuboid is given. You have to say which is a prism and which is not. Now number 1, that is nail. No, a nail is not a prism. We have learned the definition of prism, that prism is nothing but the top and bottom part. Top and bottom, these two opposite are congruent and the lateral parts are parallel to each other. So you can see in the figure of nail, first of all only this nail, you can see this top part is like this circular, but this bottom part of the nail is pointed. So it is not a prism. Again, unsharpened pencil. You all know that when you bring a new pencil, how it looks. You can see that top and bottom part are congruent to each other. They are having hexagonal shape, and these lateral parts are parallel to each other. This line, what you can see, this is laterals, like this you can get 6 lines which are parallel to each other. So sharpened pencil is a prism. Third, again you can say it, a table weight is given. It is in the form of a square pyramid. Yes, this is called pyramid only because pyramid is always, their top part is always pointed, your bottom part is pointed. Now let us check it out. How we will check? We have to check that top and bottom faces are congruent to each other. So first let us check. Here bottom is square but top is not square. Here you can see it is not square. So this is not a prism. So you will write no, a table where it is not a prism. And fourth, you can see a cube book. Now books come in the cuboid shape. We are well aware with this. So because it's books top and bottom part both are congruent to each other, and the remaining four walls which make a lateral part, these four walls are parallel to each other. So yes, a book is a prism. Now question number 4. How are prisms and cylinders alike? And another, how are pyramids and cones alike? Means you have to say okay, how prisms and cylinders are similar to each other. Similarly, how pyramids and cones are similar to each other. So for solution, both of the prisms and cylinders have their top and bottom as congruent faces and parallel to each other. So they are alike in this way that prisms and cylinders both have their top and bottom part congruent to each other. Congruent means they are equal, same, and they're parallel to each other. So you can see this thing. And furthermore, what will happen, that also a prism becomes a cylinder as the number of sides of the base becomes larger and larger. Yes, so prism can be converted into a cylinder if number of sides of base, means base is increased, your prism will become as a cylinder. Now question number 2, there it is, pyramid and cone is given. Similarly, pyramid and cones are alike because their lateral faces meet at a vertex. Yes, you can see that you see the definition of pyramid, that their all lateral faces, that is wall faces, will meet, but they will not meet in a parallel way. They meet each other because parallel never meet each other. They meet at one point only. All these lateral walls will meet at one point only. So pyramid and cone already you know very well. So pyramid and cones are alike because their lateral faces meet at a vertex. Also, a pyramid becomes a cone as the number of sides of its base becomes larger and larger. So pyramid also is converted into cone. It can become a cone if the number of sides of its base are increasing. Next, question number 5. Is the square prism same as a cube? Explain. For solution, it may be or it may not be. Why? Because always square prisms are same as cube. So we can know not always, because it can be a cuboid also. We have learned that square prism means that top and bottom are square. We don't know about the lateral part. So it cannot, because in cube all the faces are square. In cuboid it may be possible that top and bottom face is square and remaining faces are rectangle. So answer is no, not always, because it can be a cuboid also. Next, question number 6. Verify Euler's formula for these solids. Now you can see in the question 2 figures are given. One is pentagonal prism and another is a pyramid. Now first you have to find out how many faces, how many vertices and how many edges of each figure are there, and then after finding out the faces with vertices and edges, you have to use Euler's formula to verify that yes, they are solids or not. So for solution, number first figure, that is pentagonal prism, is given. Now first finding out faces. To find out face, see, you can see one face at top and one face at bottom. This here down also base part is also a face. So to that face, and as it is having 5 sides, so 5 lateral walls will be there. So this will be 5, 1, 2, 3 and 2 is behind it. So total there are number of faces are 7. Now vertices, you can see here 5 vertices. this actually meeting point 1, let me draw it clearly. This point, this point, this point, this point, and these 5 vertices on top part, and similar 5 vertices on the bottom part. So there are total vertices are 10. And now edges, this is nothing, the sides of the given figure. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. These 5 sides on top, 5 sides on bottom. So that is 5 and 5, 10, and 5 lateral this will be also 5 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 behind it. So total 15 edges of the given pentagonal prism. Now let's verify it. We know that Euler's formula is F plus the Euler's formula which we have to use for verifying it. Now we insert the number of faces, number of vertices and number of edges in the given formula, and then let's check it out whether both the sides are equal or not. So F faces are 7, so 7 vertices are there, so 7 plus 10 and edges are 15. So 7 plus 10 minus 15 equal to 2. First let's add 7 plus 10, that is 17. So 17 minus 15 equal to 2, that will give 2 equal to 2. Yeah, left hand side is equal to right hand side, so it is verified. Now number 2, you can see the next figure is given of a pyramid. Now in this pyramid, let's first count the number of faces, vertices and edges. Now here again you can see number of faces. So face, you can see a cuboid is there. Cuboid, we already know that cuboid has 6 faces, but from these 6 faces, again on the cuboid a rectangular prism is kept. Rectangular pyramid is kept. So cuboid mounted with a rectangular triangular pyramid is given. So we can see the number of faces here given. 5 we can see of cuboid, 1, 2, this bottom, then back 2 side. So total 5, and again we have 4 these triangular faces, 1, 2, 3 and here back 4. Here also 3 and 1, 4 will come. So total 5, here bottom is 1. So we will take 5 plus 4, that is 9 faces. Now let us count the vertices. Vertices already it is seen, again 9, 4 at the bottom. This 1, 2, 3, 4. Here actually 5, 6, 7, 8 and this top. So total there are 9 vertices, and then edges. Edges again you can see 4 this down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 and these 4 of triangle, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 12 and 4, that is 16. So there are 16 edges of the given shape. So we write here faces is 9 as we counted, vertices 9 and edges 16. Now let's insert the numbers and check whether it is verified or whether left hand side is equal to right hand side. So for that we use the Euler's formula, F plus V minus E equal to 2. Now we put the value of number of faces with vertices and edges, that is 9 plus 9 minus 16 equal to 2. That is 9 plus 9 is 18. So 18 minus 16 equal to 2. That is 2 equal to 2. Here also you can see left hand side is equal to right hand side. So in both the cases left hand side equal to right hand side. Hence Euler's formula is verified. Next, question number 7. Using Euler's formula, find the unknown. Yes. Now here already one table is given where from faces, vertices and edges, any 2 are given and you have to find the third one. So you please copy that table in your CW. I have only given the solution. So for solution, first It is given that here vertices are given 6, edges 12, and you have to find the number of faces. Let's use the Euler's formula to find the number of face. So f plus v minus e equal to 2. Now as we have to find number of faces, we write f as it is, f, and we put the number of vertices and number of edges. That is f plus 6 minus 12 equal to 2. That is f minus 6 equal to 2. That is f equal to 2 plus 6. So we will get number of faces as 8. Next question number 2. Here faces are given 5, number of edges are given 9, and number of vertices we have to find. Again we use for Euler's formula, f plus v minus e equal to 2. We put the value of faces and edges, that is 5 plus v minus 9 equal to 2. So we will get minus 9 plus 5, that is minus 4. So we will get v minus 4 equal to 2. So v equal to 2 plus 4. So v equal to 6. So number of vertices are 6. Next, question number 3 of 7. Here faces are given 20, vertices are given 12, and edges we have to find. Again f plus v minus e equal to 2. We put the value of number of faces and vertices and find the number of edges. So 20 plus 12 minus e equal to 2. For the solving we get 20 plus 12, that is 32. 32 minus e equal to 2. So we transpose e that side and e on we take on right hand side, and 2 we bring transpose on left hand side. So we will get e equal to 32 minus 2. That is e equal to 30. So number of edges is 30. And the last question of this chapter, number 8. Can polyhedron have 10 faces, 20 edges, and 15 vertices? Now this also we can find out by applying Euler's formula. If we put the number of faces, number of vertices, and number of edges in Euler's formula, and if we get it is satisfied means if you get left hand side equal to right hand side, then only a polyhedron is possible. Otherwise polyhedron will not be possible. So let's see the solution. For solution, you know that here number of faces are given 10, number of vertices are given 15, and number of edges is given as 20. Euler's formula, let's write f plus v minus e equal to 2. Putting the number of faces, vertices, and edges, we get 10 plus 15 minus 20 equal to 2. That is 25 minus 20 equal to 2. That is will get 5, which is not equal to 2. Hence f plus v minus e is not equal to 2. Here you can see that left hand side is not equal to right hand side. Thus such a polyhedron is not possible. Dear students, please copy all these things in your CW with clean and neat handwriting along with neat figures given. Thank you.